Disney Channel outfits in the 2010s were like onions. There were a lot of layers. Some might say too many. If you watched Disney during this time and paused the TV at any given moment, you could expect the character you were watching to be draped in anywhere between 5 and 500 pieces of clothing and accessories. If it was Wizards of Waverly Place, Alex Russo donned some combination of tank top, even longer tank top, vest, statement necklace, long beaded necklace, even longer beaded necklace, skirt, tights, knee-high socks, and slouchy boots. If it was Shake It Up, Rocky would sport a t-shirt, cardigan, jean jacket, colorful leggings, skirt, non-functional belt, and knee-high Converse, because that was a thing. If you had the pleasure of viewing Ashley Tisdale on a red carpet, she'd wear some combination of huge belt, sparkly skirt, jeans, and the occasional sleeping mask. In retrospect, the way Disney Channel stars dressed was at best camp and at worst in the dark. No fabric, pattern, or color was off limits. Maximalism was the order of the day. No look was complete without a skinny scarf, really wide belt, or ill-advised fedora. While many of these outfits have been written off in recent years, there's some that have transcended the realm of ridiculous and sit definitively on the island of idiosyncratic but iconic. Think Raven Baxter's fur-trimmed coats, Harper's dress made of markers, or any look that involved London Tipton in a beret. If I had to use one word to describe the essence of a Disney Channel outfit, it would be spunky. The protagonists in these shows always had a special something that made them different from everyone else. Miley Stewart was secretly a pop star, Raven Baxter could see the future, Alex Russo was a talented wizard, and Sunny Monroe a rising sketch star. It made sense that the outfits were a bit wacky because so were the characters and the universes they existed in. These shows also had to compete with cartoons for the attention of our young minds, and they did that by being as colorful as possible. While the outfits we saw on Disney stars were not representative of how the average teen dressed, the one thing that felt rooted in reality, albeit at times over the top, was the layering. This was the era of long sleeves under t-shirts, tank tops over long sleeves, tunics over leggings, and camis under Henleys. There were clothes that just came sewn together to create the illusion of layering. While layering was a trend in the 2000s, it was also practical. Some of us had strict parents' dress codes or just didn't feel comfortable showing the skin of our shoulders. Layering was used to dress trendy but modestly, hence the whole jeans under dresses moment. When it comes to fashion trends, what goes around comes back around. In the past few years, there has been a noticeable Y2K renaissance, and the dresses over jeans combination has made a tepid return amongst the bravest of fashion girlies. While many celebrities in the early 2000s sported dresses over jeans, there's a distinct Disney-branded youthfulness that I associate with this styling choice. In a 2022 interview with Vogue, a former Disney Channel costume designer, Catherine Wagner, referenced this image of Miley Cyrus wearing a dress with jeans and said, "I did that. I remember that very well. The funny thing is, it was originally an even longer dress, but we shortened it. Those girls would wear jeans for modesty because they were always jumping around and running around." When I think of the word modesty, it has a religious ring to it. As a child who grew up in church, it was a no-brainer. Spaghetti straps were inevitably accompanied with t-shirts underneath. Leggings were not pants, but something you wore under skirts, or with a really long cardigan if you were lucky. Layering was a tool to create interesting yet modest outfits, and Disney Channel styling heavily relied on it. I don't think it's a coincidence that at this time in the mid-2000s, purity culture became mainstream. The concept of modesty is central to purity culture, dictating appropriate clothing and behavior to avoid arousing sexual desires in oneself or others. Modesty is often linked to the idea that revealing clothing or behaviors can lead to impure thoughts or actions. TikTok creator Nicole Urban made a great video linking purity culture's impact on Disney stars' outfits, and I really want to unpack that today because I think it's such an interesting topic with, no pun intended, a lot of layers.